Welcome to the Fabulous Lifestyle Radio Show. Tune in for a vibrant mix of fashion, finance, and life's essential foundations. Join us for expert interviews, insightful discussions, and empowering insights to elevate your lifestyle. From fashion trends to financial tips and personal growth strategies, we've got you covered. So grab your headphones and get ready to be inspired. Tune in now to the Fabulous Lifestyle Radio Show and embark on this exciting journey with us.
Welcome everyone here at the Fabulous Lifestyle Radio Talk Show. I'm your host, Marie Antoinette Wade, and we are here on KCAA Radio Network, 1050 AM and 106.5 FM. And we're here every Sunday at 3 o'clock PM. And you can watch us on your favorite streaming channels. We are also available on Roku TV and Amazon Fire TV under Building Solid Foundations. Today, I have an amazing guest for you. He is actually a real estate veteran, a friend of mine, and also a professor with New School of Architecture and Design. Let's welcome Steve Matley. Hello, Steve.
Thank you, Marie. It's great to be on the show. Love being on Fabulous Lifestyle. It's great to be back on KCAA again. And, I love talking about real estate.
Yes, it's been a while since you've been in the radio show, too.
Yeah, I had to suspend that a while back. Just got too busy. It's just a lot of work putting shows together. I was on once a week, and I love being on the station. I love doing my shows, but it just got so busy trying to schedule things and create the recordings.
Well, I'm glad to have you here in our show because I have a lot of questions for you. One is, that we are having our event on August 6th, and it's called the San Diego Real Estate Investing and Business Expo. And as a real estate expert, what do you think of this kind of events that I'm putting on? Because it is a lot of people that I'm getting involved in.
Well, it's interesting. As far as the type of event, I think this is a format we haven't seen before. So it's hard to say what the type of this type of event is because, obviously I've been involved with a lot of your events in the past, real estate events, your fire up events, and your IWBA events. This one's structured very differently, and it's exciting to see what it's going to be. I think this one is less sit in a chair and hear people talk at you, and a lot much more interactive, interpersonal, ask questions, meet the experts, have the discussions. So there'll be some presentations, but I think we've got most of the day dedicated to doing roundtable discussions where people can learn from the speakers, they can learn from table moderators, they can learn from the other people at the table with them. And I think that's probably the most valuable type of education, that interactive, learn from not just the people who put it on, but the others that are attending.
Yes, I'm really excited about this format because, again, it is also our first time using this format where we gather people and have them assign a topic per table, where there's going to be like 10 people sitting in there and talking about a specific topic in real estate. Well, this event is something that I'm looking forward to. And for the people that are listening to us, this is going to be in August 6th, and it will be held at the Handlery Hotel, Crystal Ballroom. And you are welcome to check out the event. The name of the event, again, is San Diego Real Estate Investing and Business Expo. And it is presented by the International Wealth Builders Association. We will have a lot of presenters that is going to help you in different types of information on real estate. And Steve, what do you think is some of the good topics that people need to learn about this event?
Well, I know you've got a list of topics and a lot of specialists that are coming in, and there's a lot of different types of people that may attend. I don't know all of the people that might be coming, but I think if we look at some of the things that I'm going to be discussing, obviously I deal with funding projects, syndications, how to take a project and make it reality by finding money that you don't have, working with people that do have the money. We're going to be looking at, I know you've got some people talking about mindset issues, avoiding kind of the self-sabotage that happens, or the endless procrastination. I know you've got people that are going to be talking about, you've got a school, obviously the school I work with, New School, they're going to be coming and they're going to be fielding some topics as well. One of the things is, how do you get students involved in this early? They don't have to wait till they get through school, graduate, get into a firm, build a portfolio and a resume, and then get involved in investing once they've built a resume up. They can start earlier than that. they have skills to offer. They know cutting edge design. They're learning at, the latest and greatest software programs. They're using AI. I see these students at the school. We just had our grad show because it was the end of the academic year. They put up fantastic, amazing, astounding projects that are out there, and all that talent is there. And if they go into the firms, that's probably not going to be used too much until they kind of earn their way up. But if they come into real estate investing, whether they do that full time or do that kind of as a side thing, they can use those skills, the vision that they've developed. And I know you got someone talking about cross border, doing foreign projects, how to work internationally. So you got a lot of different things coming up. And there's probably more topics than that I don't even know about.
Yeah, we actually invited a lot of the leaders in the industry. I mean, we have commercial real estate brokers, real estate lawyers, and also having New School as our official community education partner is a big deal for this event, because not only that they are our partners, they're actually going to moderate one of the roundtables and provide more insights to the students in terms of how they can improve their career in this industry. So as a professor, Steve, when you're dealing with the construction management, right, the bachelor's and master's degree, how important is it for them to, really understand the value of education?
Well, education's I guess, sort of a term that can be seen a lot of different ways. Obviously, I work in formal education. It's bachelor's degrees, master's degrees, specifically in career-focused fields of the built environment, design, architecture, construction management. That's what the school focuses in. They do have other design programs also, graphic and interior and product and those type of things. But mostly it focuses on built environment things. But there's a lot of education out there that doesn't have to be formal. This whole event is an educational event. It's an education event that's not a degree program. You don't need to spend tens of thousands of dollars and get federal loans to go to these kind of things. I'm a fan of both. Obviously, I work in higher education, so I believe in it. I agree with it. My degrees changed the trajectory of my life, got me into positions I couldn't have got into otherwise. Having said that, in the real estate business, I know a lot of people that have been extremely successful that never went to college. They found a different path. Neither one's right, neither one's wrong. My path, I got formal training and then hands-on training as a contractor, as an agency construction manager, as an investor. Others come through just working their way up. Maybe they come out of trades. Maybe they come out of entirely different fields. We know people that are come out of the tech sector, come out of the medical sector. They get into real estate investing. Usually it's just a sideline initially, and then it just becomes their path to freedom. And all that means education. Everything I know about real estate, I learned informally. Most of what I learned about construction, I learned informally. A lot of what I learned about business came formally. So I think there's room for different types of education. And this is great because you're marrying the two. You've got an accredited, highly respected educational institution partnering with you. Obviously, they champion those degree programs, but at the same time, there's people in the room that maybe can access some of what those people have learned to work on their projects. And with the real estate world, projects are team projects. There's no solo acts out here. And as much as, read the books and all the things as, real estate makes you independent and you stand on your own. And that's true financially, helps financial independence, but it's not an independent thing. You have to work with a team, with a bunch of people. And so you need a diversity of thoughts and experiences and disciplines and skills to make a project work. So that's what this is bringing together.
Well, I'm glad that they are joining our event, but let's go take a break for now, and we will be right back. Don't go away, everyone. This is Marie Waite, and this is a Fabulous Lifestyle Radio Talk Show. We'll be right back.
Unlock the power within you with Who Do You Think You Are? Delve into the art of personal branding and craft a legacy that leaves an indelible mark on the world. Learn from real-life experiences and actionable insights, empowering you to become a leader in your field. Get your copy now and embark on the journey to unleash your true potential. Now available on Amazon.
Why does anybody take business as a major in school? Because they don't know what they want to do when they grow up.
This is a must event that you should always come to. you can create a legacy of this business that can be passed down. And I've worked with many husband and wife and partners who want to do something together.
We want to keep families here. We want to keep our diversity. We want to keep San Diego being a thriving area.
I am so happy and grateful now that peace comes to me in increasing quantities through multiple sources on a continuous basis. These things work, by the way, and they are activated by belief.
I am very grateful because we put a lot of hard work to put this together for you, because we know that part of what we need to do is make good decisions for your real estate investing.
I was glad to see Marie and get to enjoy this experience with the speakers that were here to help educate and network and learn some new things.
It's not just about making money, it's about how can we work together as a team, as part of the community.
A lot of tears, a lot of heartache. And then what that does, it reminds me, is if you don't establish your legacy, someone else will.
So I'm a safe money strategist, and I look at protection of assets. There's three things that I see. Protection of assets from catastrophic illness, long-term care, the Great Recession, and making sure your money pays you for life. How about tax-free?
It was fabulous. There was enough information from a whole array of people that could give you everything that you need to know from a lot of levels in real estate investing. But there was more, and we had a fabulous encounter with Glenn Moschauer, who had the whole room doing some brain exercises and things that by the time we all finished up, we were all blissed out and happy.
This is peer-to-peer kind of mastermind style sessions that we do.
I work with, and the people that work with me work with private placements. We're getting families into homes. We work with an agency out of San Leandro, California called Building Futures with Women and Children.
In commercial, it's very important that you read your agreement.
I was in the lending industry before I sort of introduced real estate, and I really embraced both as my own, and it really helped with my branding to make it more about me and what I could provide for my clients.
So I'm talking to builders and developers, and after we go through the this is why you want to buy our property, and let's talk about pricing, and let's talk about timing, then we ask, so from where you're sitting, what does it look like?
Your network is your net worth.
As a franchisee, you've got a $60,000 franchise fee. There's a 2-trailer minimum, so it's an under $200,000 to open your doors.
Usually at the 3 to 5 year mark, we refinance, and we're able to return most or all of the initial investment to our partners and investors.
And with the networking that I've learned, I've got other opportunities.
So book it in your calendar for the next day of this event here. What we were able to learn about syndication, we were able to learn about architect, we were able to learn about self-storage and really how to make money on that. And most of all, we were able to learn about trust, wills, and estate planning made easy, and how you can separate your business by utilizing trust.
Because what I'm doing is I'm allowing you to remember that you are living and moving and having your being within a spectacular system. Life knows what it's doing.
In Karate Legacy and the Power Within, we don't just teach karate techniques, we share the inspiring stories of incredible martial artists. Latino Gonzalez, the father of karate, paved the way for martial arts in the Philippines. His legacy lives on through his sons, Rolando and Roberto Gonzalez, who starred in over 100 Philippine karate movies, captivating audiences and bringing karate to the silver screen. Then we have Patricia Gonzalez, a symbol of strength and resilience. After overcoming her own battles, Patricia's journey embodies the spirit of perseverance. Her story encourages us to face our challenges head-on and emerge victorious. Each character in this book has a unique journey, friends and students who have dedicated their lives to mastering the art of karate. Their shared passion not only deepens their bond, but also strengthens their resolve to uplift one another. Through these compelling stories, Karate Legacy and the Power Within reveals the essence of karate: courage, unity, and the relentless pursuit of excellence. Join us in celebrating these extraordinary individuals and discover the strength that lies within you. Grab your copy of Karate Legacy and the Power Within, available now on Amazon.
Welcome back, everyone, here at the Fabulous Lifestyle Radio Talk Show, and we are with Steve Matley. And we were just talking about the event on August 6th here at the Huntery Hotel in San Diego. and it's called the San Diego Real Estate Investing and Business Expo. Now, Steve, we mentioned that New School of Architecture and Design is our official community partner. Let's talk about what's going to happen in this event. We actually created a portion of the event where the investors or the developers that are working during the day, or even employees that are working from 9 to 5, that they get to attend it in the evening. And we're calling it like the evening twilight session. And it starts at 7 o'clock to 9:30 p.m. What do you think about that? Because I know you work during the day too.
Well, my schedule's all over the place. Sometimes I'm working in the daytime, sometimes I'm working in the evening. It depends. I have regularly, irony there is at the school, most of the classes that I teach are at night. My business, I do mostly in the daytime because that's when all people are at the offices. So I kind of work with both. I think it's good to work around both schedules. Most real estate investors, at least when they're starting out, they tend to be working W-2 jobs. They don't control their own schedules. And so that's why a lot of the Real Estate Investor Association events and meetings tend to be in the evenings or on weekends. For those that are more seasoned, a lot of them have stepped away from their W-2 jobs because they're making enough money in real estate that is their full-time gig now. And they tend to have very flexible schedules, and they do most of their business. They're available in the daytime for all kinds of meetings, and they can do the business whenever they want. And a lot of those type of events tend to be during the workday, different meetups and lunch meetings and those type of things. So you kind of have to accommodate both. And then you've got your sponsors. Some of the sponsors, that is a part of their job, attending this as a sponsor. They're representing their companies, and so that's going to have to fit within their shift. So I think having both available is a good way to go. I believe your evening session's a little more informal. Is that correct?
Yes, it's going to be a networking, and we still have the experts there from the roundtables that they can talk to, because we want to make sure that they have access to the experts also, since they miss the day sessions and also the roundtable. So we are going to leave the roundtable sessions there, and they get to talk to them and any kind of questions they have. So I'm glad that we created that program where we are accommodating most of these people that are working full time. So anyway, one more thing I wanted to mention is that we have the Real Men of Real Estate in this program. They are coming in at 4 o'clock p.m. Now, you've been in the show, Real Men of Real Estate TV talk show. What can you share our audience about the show that you have been a part of?
Well, it was a very different format than what you're doing now. That initial format was much more talk show style. It was almost like a news information type program in a TV studio around a table discussing topics. There were 3 of us, I believe, that were sitting around a table, and we discussed, what the real estate market was, and what are the driving factors, and what are we seeing coming up the road. And so it was an hour-long, talk type format that you would see like on a news or information type channel. What you're doing now is much more reality show style, following someone around in their day-to-day, how they're serving clients, who they work with, dealing with consultants, showing properties, working through deals. I know you've had one episode done, you're doing another episode now. So they're very different. The one I did was nice. Go to the studio, shoot everything in a few hours. It's all done. We all knew each other well, so we all knew how to talk to each other really well. We'd been on weekly shows together previously, so it worked out pretty quick. It was easy. What you're doing now is a lot more time consuming. You've got to follow someone around for a couple weeks really, and figure out where they're going on location.
It takes 5 hours to film an individual before we can come up with the episode for NBC. And we are able to air it now here in San Diego and also in LA, which is amazing. So we both have the market. In regards to the keynote speaker of this event, I know you met him. His name is Thomas J. Insera, and he is with the Beach Cities Commercial Bank. What do you think of him? Because I know you met him from one of his special events.
Yeah, I attended the event. They were, obviously they're a startup type bank. I think they've been around a little while, but they're looking to grow. Very interesting speaker. He talked a little bit about his background, how he got into banking, his journey. And it was, usually you figure it's got to be boring, but it's actually very interesting. It was interesting listening to him. He's a very approachable person, obviously very accomplished, very intelligent. So, and I'm looking forward to, having him there. He was a very engaging speaker.
Yeah, I really loved his stories, especially his humbling beginnings, right? Or is that how you say that? But
yeah, I've discovered a lot of the leaders out there, even the ones you hear of on all the time, very few came from things just being handed to them. Most of them have to earn and work their way up, and those are great stories to listen to.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. That's why I thought he would be perfect for this event to be the keynote speaker. And, he also offered it. And I'm so happy that he's available to be able to do that for us. I'm really excited about this event, Steve, because I know that it's going to benefit a lot of people, a lot of young investors out there, that they need some mentorship, they need some guidance. They need to understand regulations and policies of whatever they're doing, especially when it comes to real estate. What are the things that you think people need to ask or learn from this event when they go to this event?
Well, first, it ties back to your keynote speaker, and that is, one of my mantras has always been, do not be a real estate investor, be a real estate investing business. Even if you're doing a onesie little thing as a side thing, a little fix and flip or a little, rental you have, make it a business. There's tax ramifications of that, benefits. There's liability protections with that. There's a lot of things, and you need to talk to attorneys and accountants about how that affects you individually. But be a business and be taken seriously. And also, if you need to borrow money, you're taken much more seriously with a business enterprise. So now we look at, okay, who's your keynote speaker? He's a local business bank. And one thing I would recommend to anybody is find a relationship with a local business bank that understands real estate investing projects. That's going to be your best friend when it comes to funding. You need funding for acquisition. You need funding for bridge loans. You need funding for rehabs. You need, find someone to take up the mortgage when it's all over to, replace all those temporary loans with a mortgage. You need a business bank that you can work with. So I think it's great to have him there. That's one of the first connections that people need to make if they're serious about this business. Secondly, besides debt funding, there's equity funding. And when you're in a room full of real estate investors, you never know who you might run into, who might be looking to place money somewhere, who might be looking for an investor. And it's matching all that up. My projects, I can't use debt because it's all land. So it's all equity funded. And these are the type of events where you meet people, talk to people, and maybe there's people that can invest, maybe they know people because they run in the same circles, and you find a contact for eventual investors. And you find people that can provide the services. You've got people that can provide design services, architecture, renderings, elevations, things that you need to either get funding or get approvals, go get your permits. You have to have someone that can draw that stuff up and knows what they're doing. So even if you want to go, to an engineer to get something, they need something to work with. They need an architectural drawing to work with. And sometimes going to the city, if you have a rendering of this is what it's going to look like when it's done. If you're going to sell it or rent it when you're done, having a rendering is really great too, because you can work on that before the project's done. When it's still a mess on the job site, it's a pretty picture that you can use for marketing and getting that, pre-sale, pre-lease marketing done. So there's a lot of good resources that are there to help people out. People just need to talk to people, find them. And I, my deal with these kind of events are look around the room, listen to people as they talk, and target the 3 or 4 people that you need to meet that day. And they may be people you can work with. They may be people that know the people that you can work with. They're referral sources.
Well, just for everyone to know, there are 3 ways you can get into this event. One is a general attendee for $20. You're able cheap, to, right? Yeah. Well, I want to make sure, they can, afford to go in there and meet people and listen to the presenters and, meet the vendors. And then,
you can't get a burger and fries for that these days.
Yeah, exactly. But it's a great event for them to just take advantage of it. And then if they want to meet the investors in the evening or the people that are working during the day and they can only attend in the evening, that's the time you go into the evening twilight session, which is only $47. Now, if you want to be a VIP and you want to get all access to everything from 9 o'clock until 9:30 p.m., you got to go get the VIP ticket, because not only you get to select to sit on one of those round tables, you can also attend the lunch networking, sitting down with the experts and having a good conversation. And when you're doing lunch networking, it's a lot better because everybody's happy and eating their food, right? And then they also get to attend the happy hour VIP networking, which starts at 5 o'clock until 7. And we are giving raffle prizes for everyone. You don't have to buy anything. You just have to put in your information and you could win a raffle prize. It's an amazing program that I have put together, and you don't want to miss this event for sure. I'm really excited about it.
You want to make connections, contacts, and find resources, you need to attend all of it. Because you're going to make the connections. You learn, you get discussed, but then you actually get to talk to people one-on-one. Yeah.
Yeah, where can you find a VIP ticket for $97 where you get lunch, you get to attend the happy hour networking, you get to see everybody from 9 o'clock until 9:30 p.m., every type, different types of people. And you get to share your ideas, your questions during the round table. I mean, that's amazing, isn't it? So
to directly access the experts, that's a good deal.
Yeah. So anyway, so that is the event. Let's do this. Let's go take a commercial break. So everyone, don't go away. We'll be right back.
Unlock the power within you with Who Do You Think You Are? Delve into the art of personal branding and craft a legacy that leaves an indelible mark on the world. Learn from real-life experiences and actionable insights, empowering you to become a leader in your field. Get your copy now and embark on the journey to unleash your true potential. Now available on Amazon.
In Karate Legacy and the Power Within, we don't just teach karate techniques, we share the inspiring stories of incredible martial artists. Latino Gonzalez, the father of karate, paved the way for martial arts in the Philippines. His legacy lives on through his sons, Rolando and Roberto Gonzalez, who starred in over 100 Philippine karate movies, captivating audiences and bringing karate to the silver screen. Then we have Patricia Gonzalez, a symbol of strength and resilience. After overcoming her own battles, Patricia's journey embodies the spirit of perseverance. Her story encourages us to face our challenges head-on and emerge victorious. Each character in this book has a unique journey, friends and students who have dedicated their lives to mastering the art of karate. Their shared passion not only deepens their bond, but also strengthens their resolve to uplift one another. Through these compelling stories, Karate Legacy and the Power Within reveals the essence of karate: courage, unity, and the relentless pursuit of excellence. Join us in celebrating these extraordinary individuals and discover the strength that lies within you. Grab your copy of Karate Legacy and the Power Within, available now on Amazon.
Welcome back, everyone, here at the Fabulous Lifestyle Radio Talk Show. And we have Steve Matley here with Building Solid Foundations. Steve, I know that you have a book called, what is it, Syndication? Is that the title of the book?
Well, I'm glad you brought that up. It's actually called Unveiling the Secrets of Real Estate Syndications.
Okay.
And it's available on Amazon. So this is a book that actually came out of training sessions. So as you know, I'm on the board of San Diego Creative Investor Association, actually San Diego Real Estate Investor Association. It's being rebranded for a lot of reasons, but same organization. But I teach the classes there. I don't get paid for them. They're pro bono. I believe attendees pay something really inexpensive, like $20 or something like that, to attend the classes. That covers the space that we rent. And I did those on creating syndications, teaching people how to use syndications to fund real estate projects, not just the kind I do, but any kind of project. And we did that, actually 2 rounds of it. There were 7 sessions that we did. So we repeated that twice, about a year and a half. And then people kept asking, I missed that session. Can I get information on that? Do you have any recordings? Those kind of things. And I don't like to just throw the recordings out, especially because they really belong to the association, not to me. I'm just the teacher of them. So we took all that, and with the help of your team, we got them transcribed, we got them organized. They sent back to me from the videos and the slide decks and the outlines. They sent back to me about 110 pages put together, corrected, edited. And then I added about another 200 pages with some stories and further explanation and examples, kind of more humanizing. Because when you first get that back as a transcription, it's pretty dry. And so made it a little more interesting. And that's some of the, it put some examples and stories in. And also, have all the other stuff that's in there, disclaimers. I put a lot of things in there about talk to your attorneys, talk to your accountants, talk to your real estate agents, make sure that, people don't just run off half-baked and excited. But that's what the book is, and it's designed for beginners, but I found that a lot of people that are seasoned in real estate really don't use or understand syndications at all. They don't, or if they've experienced, they don't even know, they've heard of them, but they're not really sure what they are. So it's really a beginner's guide to funding projects without loans or your own money. A lot of times the two things that stop us from doing projects is lack of money and lack of knowledge, right? You lack of money, you can't do anything. Lack of knowledge, well, there's a big fear of big risk right there. You got a problem. So how do you fix that? Well, lack of money, if you go out to other people and get a group of people together that know you, like you, and trust you, and they've got a little bit, each one's got a little bit of money, a lot of little bits of money adds up to a big pot of money, and you can do the project. On the other hand, the lack of knowledge, the people with the money that would like to do something, they don't have the knowledge to put it to work, but they can put it into a project with someone who has the knowledge. And then that helps mitigate that, or multiple people with different knowledge can come together, create a partnership, and then partner with the people with the money. And now you've got the knowledge and the money put together, and projects can move forward that way. And you basically become a co-owner of the project. So that's what this book's about. It's how to do syndications. But if you read through it, it actually also chronologically works you through a real estate investing project.
Okay. Are you able to guide the people once they get the book and finish reading it? Would you?
Well, that's the thing of the book. It's just under $20 on Amazon. And honestly, for anybody out there, and you know this, Marie, for anybody out there that puts books on Amazon, you sell a book for $20, you don't make $20. Amazon gets most of that money because there was printing cost and shipping cost and all that kind of stuff. So you get a few bucks out of it. It's not a moneymaker. What it is it's a starting point, and it's an inexpensive starting point for people. They come into real estate, they're looking at, do I want to do this? Do I not want to do this? And you don't need to sell them a $10,000 program. You don't need to send them a $30,000 thing. You don't, that they try to sell. The book is cheap, right? And you know this. You started your branding program with an inexpensive way to get in. Once they're in and they're interested, now we can look at, am I willing to invest in this? So this is the inexpensive starting point. Once they're past that, they come to me and say, okay, this is great. I appreciate this, but I kind of need someone to hold my hand. Yes, that's available. And that's available in a couple different ways. We can do that through masterminds. We can do that through one-to-one mentoring, or as you know, we've got a program that we put together online on how to do syndications. It's a course you can take that you can do on its own, or if you really want the value, you do the Profitable Pro program, which is your program, Glenn Morshower's program, and my program all bundled together into one happy little package. So my program is the business side of it and syndications and those things. Your part of it is the branding. You want people to invest with you, you got to have a reputation. Somebody's got to know who you are. They got to like you. They got to trust you. So how is that going to happen? Get out there, get your name, get your reputation, set yourself up as a successful person. And then Glenn's is really more of a mindset side of it. Get beyond the barriers and get out there and do it. And partner and communicate, good communication skills. So those three together, that's the entire package, and people can decide how much or how little of that they need for where they are.
Yes, and they're available on fireupconnect.com, or you can look for Profitable Pro. That's the name of the program.
Well, and the next step is, if you want to get into a mastermind or a one-on-one mentorship, those are available as well.
Yes, I'm excited that they have that program from you. So if somebody just wants to start learning, they just need to buy your book and then just read it.
In the water. That's right.
Yes. And then if they need more information, they can call you. Now, how can they get a hold of you, Steve?
Well, website, you can go to buildingsolidfoundations.com. There's information there. Actually, there's a link to my information through your website as well, Finest Women in Real Estate, and I believe under Fire Up Connect.
Yes.
Under the fireupconnect.com, there's a link to those items as well, because we do a lot of programs together. And so they can access that way. That's the easiest way to go. They can email me. That's S.Matley, S.M.A.T.L.E.Y at coast-2coast.com. That's a coast, C-O-A-S-T dash a number 2 and a COAST.com. That's my other company, Coast to Coast, is the real estate investing arm. Building Solid Foundations is more the educational and media arm.
Now,
and then there's also a QR code on there's a code in the book that they can scan also to get information.
Oh, that's good to know, because they can just use that to reach
Or
out
they
to
can
you,
show
right?
up if they're in the San Diego area or Southern California. And by the way, if you're in Southern California and you're not in San Diego, summer's a great time to take a short hour to 2 hour trip down the freeway and come to San Diego.
Yes.
Right? It's a great destination, and it's cool down here. So if you want to do that, the first Tuesday of every month, we're always at the San Diego.
Is it the second Tuesday?
Second Tuesday of every month.
Yes,
Yeah, second Tuesday of every month. Yeah, down there in Mission Bay, and so they can come and join us there in the evening. I rarely miss a meeting, so you can meet me there.
I'm always there too, every month.
Right.
It's the San Diego Creative Investors Association. Aren't they changing their name?
San Diego Real Estate Investor Association. So here's why. With AI now, SEO, but also AI coming out, when people read books or they go search, they read books, they go to Bigger Pockets podcast or a Bouchard book or, whatever they read. And it says, find your local RIA, Real Estate Investor Association. That's commonly used across the country. Well, San Diego Creative Investor Association is such an older organization. Before that became common, it was one of the first out there. So it didn't use RIA, it used San Diego Creative Investors Association. Well, now in the age of the internet, and especially with AI now, where you put into AI, where can I find a RIA in San Diego? It may not show up because it's not technically, it is a RIA, it is the oldest and the largest, biggest of the RIAs in the county and established with the national RIA. Unfortunately, it's not in the name. And so sometimes the SEO or the AI won't pick that up. So we figured we were forced to change the name to become actually a RIA. So that's the process we're going through right now.
It's interesting that AI is having a vital role in the business itself. I mean, SDCI has been around for over 40 years, and now they have to change the name because of AI.
Because people are creating agents to go find things for them, right? Now, there was some issue under SEO, but really, when you Google things, the most popular things come up anyways, right? So even though it's not technically a RIA, it shows up on the first page, right? In San Diego real estate investing groups. AI isn't giving you 87 pages of all these results. It's giving you the top 3 or 5 is what it's doing. It's just here's what we found, right? And you don't know, and AI may or may not know that SDCIA is a RIA, maybe not yet. So, anyways, you work with what the tools that are out there, and you're a branding person. You know this. The last thing you want to do is have a name that hides yourself. You want one that gets you out there.
I totally get that. I mean, as a branding strategist, it is very important to get your name on a higher ranking on SEO, making sure that your brand is out there.
And make sure your AI agent can find you.
Yes. And how important is it for you to use AI on your business? Steve, are you using it already?
I use AI. It's funny because I don't think I'm that good at it. Although I've been told by a couple people that I'm further along than most people. They say, "Oh, you're using AI more than most people are." I am, but I use it a lot. So here's what I do not use it for writing my stuff. Other than as an editor and organizer. The ideas are mine. I took my classes and we have them, transcribed. But I will take my presentations that I've done and I will put it into AI and say, "Can you organize this into maybe I have a 90-minute presentation, but I need to make a 20-minute presentation." So I'll go to AI and say, "How do I take this presentation and make it a 20-minute presentation that's still intelligible for this audience?" Right? And it'll take that information and say, "Well, based on the audience you gave us, I think we need to do this," and it'll time out slides for me. That's a big help because, as you know, sometimes you'll do presentations and you don't know how long they are till you get there. You think you've got a 40-minute presentation and it's not there, right? It's either too short or too long. So it helps big with that. And it's good with editing things. It's good as a quick editor for some grammar and organizing things, keeping things in the right place. So I find it as a good tool. I also find it can save time producing in collateral, such things as a PowerPoint slide deck, something like that, or an Excel spreadsheet. If you want, you can take what you've got and say, can you add this? Can you create this? Can you make these 3 spreadsheets talk to each other? It'll do that.
Wow.
So I know there's a lot of people much more advanced than I am at that whole thing.
Okay.
That it's running their whole business for them. I'm not quite there yet.
Well, we're going to take a commercial break and we will be right back with Steve Malley here at the Fabulous Lifestyle Radio Talk Show. Don't go away. We'll be right back.
Unlock the power within you with Who Do You Think You Are? Delve into the art of personal branding and craft a legacy that leaves an indelible mark on the world. Learn from real-life experiences and actionable insights, empowering you to become a leader in your field. Get your copy now and embark on the journey to unleash your true potential. Now available on Amazon.
Why does anybody take business as a major in school? Because they don't know what they want to do when they grow up.
This is a must event that you should always come to.
You can create a legacy of this business that can be passed down. And I've worked with many husband and wife and partners who want to do something together.
We want to keep families here. We want to keep our diversity. We want to keep San Diego being a thriving area.
I am so happy and grateful now that peace comes to me in increasing quantities through multiple sources on a continuous basis. These things work, by the way, and they are activated by belief.
I am very grateful because we put a lot of hard work to put this together for you, because we know that part of what we need to do is make good decisions for your real estate investing.
I was glad to see Marie and get to enjoy this experience with the speakers that were here to help educate and network and learn some new things.
It's not just about making money, it's about how can we work together as a team, as part of the community.
A lot of tears, a lot of heartache. And what that does, it reminds me, is if you don't establish your legacy, someone else will.
So I'm a safe money strategist, and I look at protection of assets. There's 3 things that I see: protection of assets from catastrophic illness, long-term care, the Great Recession, and making sure your money pays you for life. How about tax-free?
It was fabulous. There was enough information from a whole array of people that could give you everything that you need to know from a lot of levels in real estate investing, but there was more. And we had a fabulous encounter with Glenn Moschauer, who had the whole room doing some brain exercises and things that by the time we all finished up, we were all blissed out and happy.
This is peer-to-peer kind of mastermind style sessions that we do.
I work with, and the people that work with me work with private placements. We're getting families into homes. We work with an agency out of San Leandro, California called Building Futures with Women and Children.
In commercial, it's very important that you read your agreement.
I was in the lending industry before I sort of introduced real estate, and I really embraced both as my own, and it really helped with my branding to make it more about me and what I could provide for my clients.
So I'm talking to builders and developers, and after we go through the this is why you want to buy our property, and let's talk about pricing, and let's talk about timing, then we ask, so from where you're sitting, what does it look like?
Your network is your net worth.
As a franchisee, you've got a $60,000 franchise fee. There's a 2-trailer minimum, so it's an under $200,000 to open your doors.
Usually at the 3 to 5 year mark, we refinance, and we're able to return most or all of the initial investment to our partners and investors.
And with the networking that I've learned, I've got other opportunities.
So book it in your calendar for the next day of this event here. What we were able to learn about syndication, we were able to learn about architect, we were able to learn about self-storage and really how to make money on that. And most of all, we were able to learn about trust, wills, and estate planning made easy, and how you can separate your business by utilizing trust.
Because what I'm doing is I'm allowing you to remember that you are living and moving and having your being within a spectacular system. Life knows what it's doing.
Welcome back, everyone, here at the Fabulous Lifestyle Radio Talk Show. I'm your host, Marie Antoinette Wade, and don't forget, we're always here at 3 o'clock p.m. Sunday. Anyway, let's have our conversation with Steve again. Steve, we were talking about AI earlier and how you're starting to use it now. I actually have been using AI too in so many different ways. But one thing I realized that AI, if you have several tools of AI, they talk to each other too. and they correct each other. So it's an interesting process of doing business nowadays using AI. And for the people that are not yet, exploring AI, I think you should at least try it and see how it will make your work better and efficient and saves you more time. Because really, and there are times that AI could create more work for you, which is what's happening to me right now. It's creating more work, but at the same time, I'm learning a lot from AI. So it improves my knowledge of doing my work. At the same time, I'm learning more about it. So just take a shot and see how it works for you. Don't be feel intimidated by it, because at first sometimes you just don't want to do anything more than what you're doing now, right, Steve? It's like adding more work to do.
I know on one hand, people are thinking, okay, AI is going to be like the streaming services. I'm going to end up with so many of them. I'm going to be spending $150 a month on AI platforms, right? Well, maybe not. Depends how much you use them. But the thing is, which one's best at what keeps changing as they develop, because it's so new. They leapfrog each other all the time. And what Chat can do now, and maybe Claude can do better, and then Hermes can do that better. And each one's coming in doing different things as they develop. The other thing with AI is you cannot take anything from AI like it came from tablets on high. It makes mistakes. It misses things. And as you know, sometimes you have to argue with your AI a little bit. It wants to stick to things, and you say, no, and you got to correct it. But it's teachable. And so you do have to go in sometimes and teach it. And over time, it gets better and easier. It's all very generic at first. As it gets to know you and it sees the patterns and it understands what you're trying to do and who you're trying to work with, it starts to customize things for you. But you still have to control it. Don't let it control you. It's a tool. It's like an employee who never sleeps, but also an employee who is wrong a lot. Right?
Well, they forget too. They have amnesia.
That's right. It forgets, and it didn't even say it didn't say things that it did. Right. So
yes,
it's got its funny little quirks. But you have to. You can't. Don't let the AI manage you. You manage the AI. You're the boss. AI is, they say, like an employee that never goes to sleep.
Yes. Anyway, well, that was an amazing side, conversation on AI, and I think I would have more conversation about it in the next episodes we have. But one thing I wanted to share, everyone, is I do have my Fire Up Connect this year. It's a 2-day workshop, and it's going to be on September 17th and 18th. And now this workshop is going to be incredible because I will help you learn how to utilize the media assets that you already have. But you gotta, attend and meet the people that I have, because most of these people that are going to be in my workshop are from my TV reality show. So it'd be nice to, hang out with them too, right, Steve?
So, Maria, is this a Fire Up Connect event or is this a Fire Up brand event?
It's a Fire Up brand workshop under Fire Up Connect.
Which is
because Fire Up Connect is the umbrella of all my educational. And by the way, I do have the online course for the branding, building brand legacy. If you are just wanting to just learn about branding and you don't want to go anywhere, there's an online, and it's only $897 that I'm offering right now. It's a promotional rate, so take advantage of it, okay? That's Building Brand Legacy under mariewade.com. Now, the second thing I have is I also have the Building Speaking Legacy. This is where you learn how to be powerful on stage. And Glenn Warshower is the one that's actually going to train you on a mastermind online session. So you want to take advantage of that because he is an incredible trainer. He's an international speaker. He has done over 270 plus films. So he is really a good one to have on your side. And thirdly, I have this course, it's for karate. It's called Karate Mastery for Leadership. Here's the ironic thing about this, Steve. I realized that this is a good online course for families. You're talking about father and son spending quality time together, or, the mom and the kids teaching each other karate. And what's going to happen is once they teach the kids are going to evaluate their training in terms of how they communicate, their focus, their discipline, and their entertainment part of training. So both parents and kids are going to evaluate them. And once they reach the certain percent, they get certain amount of rebate from the enrollment fee. How about that? Isn't that incredible?
That's a good deal. I think it's great to create something where parents and children are working on something together. The parents have to teach, and then the children get to rate the parent as how good they were as a teacher.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I think it makes the relationship stronger. So if you are interested in enrolling on this courses I have, just go to mariewait.com, and you can also text me for any questions you have. You can reach me at 951-378-5316. Again, that's 951-378-5316, and learn how to build your brand, learn how to speak powerfully on stage, or just learn karate and spend amazing time with your family, right? Anyway, thank you so much, Steve, for being my guest today. And I am excited for the August 6th. Again, that is August 6th, San Diego Real Estate Investing and Business Expo. And we're hoping to see you all there. Just look for a name, San Diego Real Estate Investing and Business Expo on internet, and you will get all the information that you need to know about it. Or else just give me a call at 951-378-5316. Anyway, thank you, Steve, for being here. And
thank you, Marie. It was a pleasure talking real estate, AI, and everything else that we talked about.
Yes, thank you so much. I really enjoyed it. And for everyone out there, don't forget, we are here every Sunday at 3:00 p.m. Pacific time at the Fabulous Lifestyle Radio Talk Show. And I'm signing out. This is your host, Marie Antoinette Waite, and we will see you next week. Bye now.
Welcome to the Fabulous Lifestyle Radio Show, where we talk about food, fashion, finance, and foundations of life. We are live on KCAA Radio Broadcasting Network. KCAA is affiliated with CNBC, NBC News, and NBC Sports. We are sponsored by Sheltered Studios, Fire Connect, and Building Solid Foundation.